All right, so good morning, everybody. I hope you are enjoying all of this crazy, crazy weather that's been going on, right? I've been like just reveling in not knowing it used to be what each day is going to bring. Now it's kind of like what each hour is going to bring. And I'm kind of sort of loving it. I think my new hobby is sitting by my back door and kind of just watching lightning bolts and rain and peekings through of sun. So hope you guys are having fun with this. So, what I want to talk about a little bit today is something really basic, but I think it's basic, but I guess it's not always so basic. It's our chakras. And I feel like I talk about the chakras all the time because I'm in love with energy. Energy is kind of how I communicate, it's the way that I kind of move through life. I'm so connected to energy. And I forget that sometimes that's not always the case. Like we're not always so aware of that. And even for me, sometimes there's things that I take so for granted, and I forget to pause and really, what's the word I'm looking for? Really nurture my relationship with my own energy, right? With the energy that flows through me. So, just talking a little bit about how important it is to really consciously co-create with our own energy, to be aware of it, because our energy is like our breath. It will just keep going through our entire lives without any input from us. It's just always there. And that's great. You can go on autopilot. But then there's this beautiful juice when you learn to like breathe slower and deeper and you learn to calm yourself, right? Or you learn to like do a breath of fire and to give yourself some vitality in the middle of the day instead of a cup of coffee. So attention to your own energy system is very, very similar to that. And as you begin to learn to focus more and more and more inward, it puts you in a position where you can start to notice, like, okay, something's off today. I'm feeling very, light, like not grounded, very all over the place. I'm making a lot of mistakes. Maybe I need to work on my grounding. So little things like that to start to really engage with and co-create with the chakras. Right. So the chakras, they're an energy system, and they're very much like our organs. Right. They all dance together. All seven of the chakras that are in line with our physical bodies, and then the eighth chakra that some people refer to as the auric energy around us. So we have that, and each one of those chakras, it's like a gear in a car. Each gear serves a different purpose. It brings us forward, it brings us back, it slows us down, it makes it easy to roll when you're in neutral, right? And so the chakras, if you can think of them in that way, right? They're like the gears in our car. And if your gear is stuck in reverse, you're not going to go forward. And if you don't know it's stuck in reverse, if you're not paying attention, then you're not going to know that you can put your hand on there and shift it into forward, right? And it's the same thing with the chakras, that you can just keep on going, going, going with a feeling that feels a little bit off and not even realize it. So the more we start to focus inward and to notice how we're feeling at any given moment, the easier it is to become aware of our inner energy, to really begin to co-create. And when we think about chakras, I know we think about colors and all that other stuff, but chakras actually metabolize life energies from nature, right? So we get everything from nature. We get our food from plants, some of us from animals, from water, and that's metabolized through our digestive tract, right? And then there's air that we get from nature, and that's metabolized into our body through the lungs, right? And then there's sunlight, and that comes in through our skin. And the life force energy is metabolized by the chakra system, by our biomagnetic field. And the lower chakras, the first, the second, the third chakras, are the chakras that are most connected to our being here in this human realm. Right? And there's so many different basics about the chakras that vary. You read on different websites that this color, that color, this emotion, that emotion. And what I'm going to encourage you to do is to simply focus on the first chakra today and notice what goes on in your grounding, what goes on in your physical body from your lower back down all the way to the bottoms of your feet. That's your first chakra. Pay attention to that energy during the course of the day. See what you feel physically. See how you feel energetically. When you feel emotion, notice if you feel it anywhere in those lower chakras. Traditionally, the lower chakra, which is called Muladhara in Sanskrit, and that means foundation, root. Traditionally, it's associated with the color red. It's associated with the element earth. Makes a lot of sense, right? The earth grounding. Sense of smell, because it's very primal energy. It's our energy of surviving. It's where that fight, freeze, or flight energy originates. So if we're feeling fearful all the time, some grounding, some lack of grounding going on. If it's really important to note that it's associated with the organs of elimination, the ability to eliminate the things that no longer serve us. So if we're stopped up physically, if we're constipated, but even emotionally, if we're unable to let things go, again, attention to that root chakra. And we'll talk during the course of class today about what that means. What can you do to ground? Right? Some really simple things. So the most simple thing that you can possibly do this time of year, it's great, is walk barefoot. Go find a tree. Sit against the tree. Really notice the energy coming up. Helps you to kind of, it's almost like the tree retrains your root chakra energy. So just a few things that we're going to be playing with today as we move through our practice. So let's tune in and get started. Palms together at the heart. Eyes closed. You can give those hands a little rub if you'd like to connect to that chakra energy. And then as you come to stillness, 3 times together, Om Namo, Guru Dev Namo. If you know it with your voice, if not with your ears. Deep inhale. Om Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Pause and feel. Letting that inner wisdom, again, focus on the area in the lower back, all the way down to the toes, front and back of the body. The beautiful energy of grounding, a lower vibrational energy that really connects us to this earth. Feel that wisdom, the connection. Then we're going to move into our next chant, Ad Gare Name. If you'd like to join us in doing it as a celestial communication, it's Ad Gare Name at the heart, Jugad Gare Name, third eye, Sat Gare Name, opening, and then Siri Guru Deve Name, palms together back to your own heart. 3 times together. Ad Gare Name, Jugad Gare Name, Sat Gare Name, Siri Guru Deve Name. Ad Gare Name, Jugad Gare Name, Sat Gare Name, Siri Guru Deve Name. Ad Gare Name, Jugad Gare Name, Sat Gare Name, Siddhi Guru Deve Name. Pause and feel that energy around you. Feel your body taking it in. The sense of that energy being filtered through the chakras. Beautiful energy of protection, of truth. Very grounding energy in and of itself. Feel that energy pooling into the lower chakras, into that first chakra. Maybe imagine your seat becoming rooted to the ground. And take a deep breath in, bring that prayer up overhead. Squeezing the pelvic floor, the navel center up and back, holding that breath in and in. And then very slowly letting the breath go as your hands move through your auric field wide and around. Pausing as you touch the earth, feeling that grounding energy. And then immediately moving your hands, palms down, to the space right between your knees and your upper thighs. So right in the mid-thighs, just let your hands rest on top of the mid-thighs. See if you can feel a sense of energy being merged in to your physical body. And then slide your hands forward to your knees and begin spinal flexes here. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Most always, we start with the movement of the spine to get all of that energy to start to wake up, to consciously join us in this room, in this moment, in this practice. Right? We always invite each other to join, to do things together. Oh, look at that pup. Aw. I love when my furry friends join us. Aw. It's so moving the energy. So the spinal column in the physical body is in a line with the Sushumna, which is the energetic spine through which the energy of the chakras, the energy travels to be assimilated by the chakras. So moving that spine. First chakra is associated with our root issues, with our ability to feel like we belong here in this world, that we belong in our community, that we have a place here. Right? Feeling at home in your body, the physical body is the home, the temple of the soul. Do you feel at home in your physical body? What is your level of acceptance in general in this world? Can you accept the things that you cannot change, or do you gravitate to trying to change the things that just aren't in your wheelhouse to change, and ignoring the things that you can change? That is root chakra out of balance. Next time your heart comes forward, just pause there. Really feel that nice stretch and exaggerate the action of your shoulder blades moving toward each other on your back. Really bring that heart forward. And then relax and make your way onto your belly. Make a pillow with your hands and rest your forehead on your hands. Moving into a belly shavasana. So one of the quickest ways for me when I'm feeling disconnected, when I'm feeling not quite like myself, to connect back with what that is to find a chant that resonates my truth. I'm going to play a beautiful chant. It's Aham Prima, and it means I am divine love. You're going to lay on your belly, your hands as a pillow, your forehead resting on your hands. Really feel your front body connecting to the earth. Feel the energy of love and of stability and of safety and of protection, moving up through your front body. And just begin to chant along with this chant, Aham Prima. Here we go. Oops. From here, take a deep breath in, and as you do, again, pull that pelvic floor all the way up, your navel center up, really squeeze everything up, applying Mula Bandha. So you're squeezing everything up, hold. But breathe. Keep everything squeezed up, but continue to breathe. Don't hold your breath. And on the next exhale, relax everything. Continue long, deep breaths. And on the next inhale, squeeze everything. Continue to breathe. Just keep everything squeezed up. Mula Bandha. And then when you're ready, on an exhale, release everything and continue that pattern for a few more breaths. Inhaling, squeezing everything. Exhaling, letting it go. The first chakra is also associated with our abundance, with our relationship to money, with our feeling of worthiness, with our courage and our resourcefulness. So it's the realm of so many things, the realm of habits. It's where automatic behavior lives, right? Deep instinctual patterns for survival. The things that we do out of fear that don't make any sense in our mind, that's where they come from. Return to your natural breath. And then begin to press yourself back into child's pose. Make your knees nice and wide. Really let your arms move forward. Long, deep breaths. So automatic behaviors, addictions, all kinds of habits exist in the energy of the first chakra. It's the center of the unconscious mind. There's a quote from the Kundalini world: first you make your habits, and then your habits make you. So the more we bring consciousness to the energy of the first chakra, the easier it is to begin to shift these habits, to release the bonds of our automatic behavior. Right? The simplest things like nail biting, tapping our foot all the time, any kind of nervous habits. Take a long deep breath here, and then with your arms still where they are, bring your fingers on both hands into Gyan Mudra, thumb and pointer touch. Take a deep inhale. Exhale completely, and on the next time that we exhale, we're going to begin to vibrate the sound of Lam, L-A-M. It's the root, the seed sound of the first chakra. So deep inhale, fingers in Gyan Mudra. Exhale, Lam. Inhale. Exhale, one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Return to your natural breath. Let the mudra go and just breathe naturally as you marinate in the vibration of Lam, connecting you to the vibration of that first chakra. The energy of our community, our families, our tribes exists in this realm. It's the realm of familial patterns, both the strengths and those things that we wish we didn't do. Right? Those times that you catch yourself sounding or doing something and say, oops, I'm my mom, oops, I'm my dad. And sometimes it's not oops, sometimes it's yes, because it's a really positive attribute. And sometimes it's something that it needs to be released and shifted. So just noticing those things and bringing your attention again to that lower chakra, that first chakra. Begin to walk yourself up. Come into a comfortable seat. Once you get there, you're going to inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale your right hand to the floor next to you. Your left begins to stretch and reach over to the right. Just hold there for a breath or two, feeling that nice stretch in your side body. Maybe imagining my hands on your left side body, just giving you that length, letting that length open, beautiful. And then keeping that left arm where it is, flip your right palm up. Bring your right arm so it's parallel to your left. Bring both up to center. Exhale, left hand down. Right arm moves over toward the left, stretching. Again, that nice, long, deep breath or two. Feeling that length, making sure that your arm is staying nice and straight, reaching, reaching, reaching. And then bringing that left hand up, parallel to the right, coming back to center, both arms reaching up, move to the first side, right hand down, left reaching, and continue that pattern at your own pace, stretching from side to side. This is another way to really get into that root chakra energy. The best way to break habits that we no longer want to experience is by creating new ones, is by taking control of the patterns of the mind. And doing exercises like this where we work in patterns gives us the relationship with moving to that part of our mind and continually redirecting our patterns in ways that feel good. So next time that you come up, you're reaching up, stay. Take a long, deep breath in, palms together, down to your heart. You're going to begin to, keeping your hands at your heart center, you're going to begin to Now move your right arm so that your hand opens and moves toward the back. Does that make sense? You're going to actually twist. Come forward. Pause, both palms touching at your heart. Inhale, exhale, left arm comes out. Twist. And again, keep going at your own pace. Getting a nice stretch in here, making sure that your body is reaching up toward the sky. Your spine is nice and tall as you twist from side to side. Shamans have first chakra ceremonies for children who are moving into woman or manhood. And what it does is it's a ceremony to release the parental bonds that hold them to their earth parents, to their biological parents. And then they begin to move into the ceremony of claiming the earth as the mother and the heavens as the father. So giving themselves permission to take everything that they've learned from their earth parents and incorporate it or release it in whatever way feels good to them, with the reliance of the earth and the heavens as mother and father, always taken care of, but permission to allow their lives to evolve into whatever their lives are supposed to be, releasing those family patterns, releasing those familial karmic energies. The next time that you find your hands at your heart center, pause there. Let your legs come out straight. Bring that prayer up overhead. And then as you exhale, hands come apart, forward fold toward those toes. And then immediately begin to bring your arms back. Let your body move back as if you were going to fall back. Arms come up, moving toward the toes. And just keep going. Engaging that core. So often, in order to find balance and opening in the first chakra, we need to involve the third chakra, that core, that navel energy, that vitality. So when your root chakra is in alignment, you feel content, you feel grounded, you feel safe. You have a good relationship with money. It comes, it goes, it's no big deal. You're able to meet challenges in ways that don't knock you off of who you are. You're able to feel what you feel when you feel it and then let it go. The next time that you move down towards your toes, stay there. Let your hands rest anywhere that they land. Toes, ankles, shins, knees, thighs. Just let everything go. Let yourself begin to sink as deeply as you can, whether your physical body comes along or not. Let everything begin to sink toward the earth. Surrender to Mother Earth. Feel yourself really moving into her arms. And acknowledge the fact that there is this energy that plants, trees, flowers, so-called weeds, vegetables, all of that rises up from and grows and grows and grows and grows. We have the benefit of that same energy. It just looks a little different to us. Natalia, you're going to come to stillness as you reach towards your toes. So forward fold and just hang out there. Yeah, there you go. Long, deep breaths. Then slowly come on up. Bring your legs back into a comfortable cross-legged position. You're going to bring your arms out to the sides. Your peace fingers are going to be facing like this. So your hand's going to be kind of sideways. Yep, like that. But straight out. You're going to inhale through your teeth. Exhale through your nose. Eyes closed, focused up at the third eye, and just keep going. If your arms get tired, stretch them out a little bit more. Bring your shoulder blades onto your back. If you do need to let them go down or up for a moment, just try not to put a bend in your elbows. And just keep going. We're going to do this for 3 minutes. Do your best. If your mind says, I can't hold this for another 10 seconds, hold it for another 3. Or maybe 11, just to show your mind that it doesn't know what it's talking about. Long, deep breaths in through the teeth, out through the nose. This is a meditation to release fear, to release fear and anger, but especially childhood anger, that old stuff that comes with us, that causes us to react instead of respond to things as adults. We release the energy of this baggage that we bring with us. We don't have to carry everything that we've been through for the rest of our lives. We can lighten the load a little bit. Again, if your arms get super tired, you can let them start to come down. Just keep those elbows straight. And just keep going. Long, deep breathing in through those teeth, out through the nose. You're almost there. Almost there. Our root chakra is out of alignment, out of balance, because I never believe that they're closed or blocked. I think they're imbalanced sometimes. You feel a sense of scarcity, of lack, right? It's hard to commit to things. It's hard to trust people or events. Some fear around everything. Money issues sometimes come up. Right? When people call themselves hoarders, it's usually because of a fear that there's not going to be enough. So often these things make no sense in our minds, but we just can't help ourselves. And everybody has something. Right? Everybody has something. So there's no need to be ashamed or embarrassed about what yours is. It's an acknowledgement that this is something that's rising up because there's something inside of my energy system that needs some attention. The longer that it's been with us, the longer it's going to take to undo it, and that's okay. Inhale deeply. Press your arms away from each other as if you were trying to press the walls on either side of you away from you. Hold the breath in, squeeze everything up. And as you exhale, shake out your arms. Hands to your knees, eyes closed. And just pause and feel. What I love about these kind of meditations is when I'm sitting afterward and I'm feeling, it almost feels to me like my cells are being reconfigured, like there's movement inside of me in all different areas of my body. So I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to let you listen to the inside, feel the inside, notice. Take a deep inhale. Exhale through your mouth. Roll your neck a few times in one direction. And then the other. And take a few circles around your pelvis, a few torso turns around your pelvis. And then move in the other direction. Find your center. Find your stillness. And then roll forward onto hands and knees. And once you find yourself on all fours in tabletop, take a peek at your hands. Make sure that your wrists are underneath your shoulders, that your knees are under your hips. And do some spinal flexes here. Little cat-cowing, a little moving your hips side to side if you'd like. Notice your lower body. where the energy feels like it needs a little more flow. Do whatever you need to do. Maybe you want to bring one leg out to the side and circle it, or the other leg, or stretch. See what you need to do to move the energy in that lower body. Use your intuition. What does your body want to do right now? And then come to stillness in tabletop. You're going to tuck your toes under, raise your hips up to the sky, come into downward facing dog. Really stretch out in your dog. Bend one knee and then the other. Maybe bend both knees a lot and then just press those thighs back to straighten. Do that a few times. Really making some space. And then as you come back to center, you're going to step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. You're going to really plant that right hand on the floor and open that left arm up to the sky. A little wobbly maybe, that's okay. Let that arm float down. Step the right foot back. Left foot comes forward to the outside of the left hand, planting that left hand firmly, right arm up to the sky, finding our balance and finding our wobble, and knowing that each and every place that we find ourselves in the moment is perfect. Hand comes down, stepping that foot back. One more nice stretch in downward facing dog. And then bend your knees as you begin to walk toward your hands. Finding yourself in Uttanasana, forward fold. Just let everything go. If you want, you can grab opposite elbows or just let your arms hang. Whatever feels good to you. Just really move like a rag doll, letting everything sway so slightly, as if there was not a bone in your body aside from those legs that are holding you. That lower chakra, that first chakra, it does all of that. It's so strong and so courageous. It is your root, your foundation. It holds you in place. So the rest of your body is just really dead weight. And that first chakra is holding you upright. So much strength. And then bend your knees a lot and bring your arms forward, almost so that your chest and your belly are resting on your knees. Arms moving forward as if you're reaching for something across from you. Come halfway up. And then come all the way up to stand. And once you get there, just begin to shake your body out. Let your arms shake, let your legs shake. Just shake your whole body out. Just shake up that energy. Feeling any stress just kind of washing away. Back to stillness. Move your legs so that they're slightly wider than hips distance apart. Point your toes out slightly. Bring your hands to your heart center and come into a high squat. Just squat down to a high squat, not all the way down. Yep. And then once you get there, bring your arms out to the sides and imagine that there is a weight that you're going to grab onto, the weight bar, and you're going to pull it down as if it's so, so heavy. So imagine there's resistance to pull it down as if it's so, so heavy. And then let it go up, 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 up. Nice and slow. Really heavy weight pulling in either direction. And then again, pull it all the way down, slowly, slowly, slowly. And let it move all the way up, slowly, slowly, slowly. The next time that it comes up, let your body move all the way up. Point your toes straight. Keep your feet a little bit further apart than your hips. Bring your arms out to the sides. And we're going to do that twist again. You're going to bring your right hand to your heart. Your left arm is going to move back behind you into a twist. You're going to open up, both arms out. The opposite hand is going to come to your heart. Opposite arm is going to twist back. And keep going, eyes closed. And just flow this way. There's something so beautiful about twisting. It's like it brings this energy of constriction. And then as soon as you open up, everything starts to flow again. This is another kind of exercise that I feel really helps me to start to release those places where I'm stuck. Right? Because it's almost like I meet the stuck where it is. I add to the stuck by twisting. And then I gently open. And as I open, those places that were slow and that didn't really know what to do, all of a sudden they have some more space to move. When your first chakra is out of alignment, other things that you might feel is that you're always bouncing from one thing to the next. You're rushing, you're not present, you're tripping over your own feet. There's anxiety, there's stress, and you feel a little disconnected from people around you. Right? So some of the simple things to do, aside from these exercises that we're doing, is mindful walking. Pay attention to your feet as you walk. Drinking water and washing your hands mindfully will bring you into this present moment. Next time that you find your hands together at prayer and at your heart center, pause there. Take a long, deep breath. And then inhale your arms up to the sky. Interlace your fingers. Point your fingers facing up. Everything else is interlaced. You're just going to begin to say Sat, pulling your navel up. Nam, releasing your navel. Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. Then begin as you continue to pull that navel up to also pull that pelvic floor up. So moving into a full Mula Bandha. Sat, Nam, releasing. Sat, Nam, releasing. Sat, Nam. I am truth, the truth of who I am. Keep going. Another beautiful way to balance the energy of that earth chakra is to play in the sand or to play in the dirt, garden, right? Little physical activity in nature. Eating grounding foods, root vegetables and grains, things that come from the earth. Cultivating your own garden, learning about eating weeds, right? Green medicine, dandelions and nettle. The next time that you hear yourself moving into the energy of Nam, that relaxing energy, let that mudra move down to your heart. Pause there, index finger still up. Move your arms straight forward. Sat. Bring them back to your heart. Nam. Sat. Forward. Nam. Back. Sat. Forward. Nam. Back. Keep going. And the next time they come back to your heart, release your hands to your sides. Inhale your arms up. Let them clap overhead. Exhale down to your sides. Inhale, clap. Exhale down. Inhale, clap. Exhale down. Clap of the hands, bringing yourself into this moment, into presence. Very, very grounding for all chakras. And then pause with your arms out to the sides. Move your legs nice and wide, almost as wide as the mat. Inhale, and as you exhale, right hand to left knee, left arm up to the sky. Inhale back to center. Exhale, opposite side, and just keep going. Windmilling from side to side. Feeling the grounding in your feet. There are very, very powerful minor chakras, many minor chakras throughout our whole body. And chakras, the minor chakras are just areas where energy can escape and move and come in and out, release. There are areas of elimination, and there are also areas of regeneration. So as you begin to move from side to side, you bring your attention to those soles of your feet. Notice what goes on there. Notice the energy there. Are you taking in or are you releasing? Maybe you're not sure, but the more you kind of notice and ask, the more that you'll start to move into the energy of being able to develop a relationship with your own energy. Right? So important. The organs of elimination are associated to the first chakra, and it's so important that we allow what needs to go, because if it doesn't, if there's no exit for the energy that is heavy and is no longer needed, then it just hangs out in our body and it builds up and it creates energetic sludge, ama. And that's what causes the imbalances in our chakras. Next time you come out to the sides with both arms, stop there. Arms down to your sides, pause in total stillness and just feel. And then inhale your arms up overhead, palms together in prayer, down through your heart. Dive all the way down to the mat. Bend your knees so you can plant your hands. Step one foot back and then the other. The knees gently move to the mat, coming wide, big toes together, finding your child's pose. When we're balanced and we're flowing, our first chakra metabolizes the energies from our emotional and physical traumas and turns them into sources of power, of light. It eliminates the heaviness. It brings a different quality to them, a different perspective. That's why it's so important to continue to flow, even when we feel heavy, to let that energy flow, to move into that lightness, to give what is no longer ours to the earth. Just like the plants do, right? They shed. When they let go of their apples, the apples rot. They move back to the ground. They create some beautiful, beautiful soil so that the cycle could continue. And that's what happens with our energy. Let go of that heavy energy. Give it to the earth. Cry those tears. Let them go. Slowly begin to walk yourself up to a seat. Once you get there, you're going to place your right hand in front of your heart, palm facing the heart. Your left hand is facing the back of the right hand. The thumbs are facing up. And you're just going to begin to circle your hands around each other forward. Close your eyes and just circle as fast as you can, stirring up that energy. If you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling really down or low, or if you feel like you need some vitality, just do this. Pause, stop. Just stop abruptly. Feel. And then just for just a little tiny while, other direction, really fast, moving towards you. Be careful not to hit yourself. Right, in this direction, maybe feeling the breeze that's being created. Feel yourself stirring up the ethers around you. And then pause, stop. Feel. Shake those arms out. And come to stillness. Place your hands behind you. Bring your legs straight out. And using your hands that are grounded into the earth, begin to move back as if you were going to fall. And then forward as far as you can. And just keep swaying back and forward. When you feel like you're ready, as you move back, come to stillness and use your hands to gently lower yourself onto your back. As you get there, just pause for a moment, palms facing up, legs nice and long, and just feel the energy around your back body. Bring your attention to the soles of your feet, tips of your toes. Notice any kind of sensation there. And then just start to move your toes toward each other in a way, just kind of rolling your ankles, opening and closing your feet. And bring your arms out to your sides, palms up. And begin to bring the right palm toward the left, twisting your whole entire body over to the left. And then opening back up, bringing left palm toward the right, twisting the entire body in that direction. And just keep moving from side to side a few times. Next time you open, stay. Bring your knees into your chest. Place one hand on each knee and just begin to circle your knees toward each other and away from each other. These big circles. And then reach for your insteps, letting your knees come in towards your armpits as you reach for your insteps, coming into happy baby pose. So legs nice and wide. There you go. Take a nice stretch here. And then releasing your feet, bringing your knees back into your chest, arms come out to the sides. You're going to shift your hips slightly to the left as your knees roll to the right, coming into a nice spinal twist. And just relax there. Long, deep breathing. So many of our physical ailments come from the energy of being or feeling unsupported or abandoned when we were kids, or not believing in ourselves. So when we can sit with the energy of that, we can breathe into it, we can walk barefoot, we can feel the ground beneath our feet. We start to heal those things. We start to release that energy, and all of a sudden our lower back no longer hurts. Come to the other side, shifting the knees over to the left, the hips to the right slightly. Drumming music is a really beautiful way to connect to your first chakra. Something about the frequency, the sound of drums, right? And the freedom, the abandon, the just reckless abandon and following those drums to wherever they take you. There's such a freedom and such a sense of confidence in that, a sense of belonging, a sense of rooting. So many simple ways to connect. It all starts with awareness, being willing to take a peek at those places where we might feel some issues, we might feel some sadness. Can you claim Earth as your mother, the heavens as your father? Can you embrace the strengths of your familial patterns? And are you willing to release without judgment those familial patterns that don't serve you? Come back to center. Take any final stretches or twists that would feel good before you settle into Shavasana. Remember. Remember the sky that you were born under. Know each of the stars' stories. Remember the moon. Know who she is. Remember the sun's birth at dawn, the strongest point of time. Remember sundown and the giving away tonight. Remember your birth, how your mother struggled to give you form and breath. You are evidence of her life and her mother's and hers. Remember your father. He is your life also. Remember the earth whose skin you are. Red earth, black earth, yellow earth, white earth, brown earth. We are earth. Remember the plants, trees, animal life, all who have their tribes, their families, their histories too. Talk to them. Listen to them. They are alive poems, alive wisdom. Remember the wind. Remember her voice. She knows the origin of this universe. Remember, you are all people and all people are you. Remember, you are this universe and this universe is you. Remember, all is in motion, is growing, is you. Remember, language comes from this. Remember the dance language is, that life is. Remember. Slowly begin to deepen your breath, wiggling your fingers and your toes, bringing movement back to every part of your body. Bringing your knees and towards your chest, like the heels or the soles of your feet come together. The palms of your hands come together and rub, affirming that connection to the light, the energy that you are. And then bring those knees into your chest if you're on your back. Slowly rock up and down on your spine or roll over to your right. And we'll meet together, palms at the heart. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Please join me in sealing our class today together with a long Sat Nam. Inhale deeply. Sa. Nam. Floating your thumbs to the space between your brow, dropping your chin into your own amazing light. Be loved, believe, be true to you. Sat Nam.